Jim, it felt like a bit of 5 minutes of madness at the end there that cost us a victory in the end.
Yeah, I think a lot of people walk away and look at the last 15 minutes and think like, but I thought we played incredibly well. First half we could have easily been 3-0 up, so we were lamenting some really great opportunities. We had Pratt's chance, we had the one that come back off the post to Harry Benz, and XG on them was quite high. We don't have that at our level, but I thought we might rue them, but as long as we had a very good strong shape about us and worked really hard and stuck to our task, I felt that we would contain them. But unfortunately, a few little gaps and weaknesses opened up, and then, like I said, the player makes a decision to do what he does, and next minute you're down to 10 men and they get a free shot at goal, and I think that it's a real challenge then for the remaining 10 lads to stay strong and make sure they don't concede, and I think we were shaken a little bit by that, and that's again going back to when I inherited this side. I felt there was 3 things that I needed to be worried about: the fitness levels, because they looked like they would fade in games, and was the bench strong enough, and was the mentality strong enough when things went against us. And I think unfortunately all those little bits, those question marks were there again today, but a credit to the players, because I thought for large parts of the game we were more than a match for Whitby, but we have to be much better in the box and around the box to restrict them so they don't get a chance to take something to get the game. And so my overall feeling today is that we snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, we looked comfortable defensively for a lot of the time, didn't we? And is that the frustration for you, maybe going forward we didn't keep the ball well enough?
Yeah, I think there's some players that it's like, I think anybody who walks away from this game will see, hang on, there was something different about Hyde today. There was more balls played through the lines to feet, and more good runners. There was great combination, and then slowly, I don't know whether it was the energy level or the concentration, some of that was eroded, and there was a couple of players who were really at it today. Pratty first half and Jack Dyche, but Sinead and Harry Benz looked like a little bit sluggish, so I don't know whether it was like tiredness or they couldn't really get the confidence going and the flow going. And I think Christo was the same, so they never really broke their shape and gave us those extra support to Jack. But yeah, there was some good football today, but unfortunately our biggest problem is that when we don't play good balls into front players, or they don't secure it and we don't make good runs, it's going to come back easy, and eventually then when the opposition have possession around the edge of the box, they're always going to craft out chances.
Yeah, was it kind of around the forward? Did you want more support around Jack Dyche today, especially second half?
I think we got loads of support around him, and again it's about players finding the balance between offering short, offering medium, offering long. If their midfield is going to lock onto ours and we can't play, then we should be playing through the lines to secure players and then make good runs off them. And when we did that in the first half, we looked a really good side. We created great opportunities, great penetration, some good set plays, and again the opportunities in the final third entries and the chance we create, we should be getting more than one goal from a penalty. Second half, I think it was eroded. The quality wasn't there. I thought, I think there was a couple of players who stopped. Maybe it's the mentality to the playing safe and just putting into corners. But I've been on the start of my career under Harry Bassett, and it was putting the corners and chase down and win set plays. And with Dario Gradi, it was more about take the touch, get it down, play to feet, and play through the lines. So what our players have to recognise is that we all have to get on the same page. So if Jack Dyche is offering to feet, we can't put it in the corner. And that's where I've got to get them to think about our script and get us all connected, and I have to appreciate their skill set, because Tungi has got a good penetrative pass, and but we need to recognise what we're about, what our skills, and then blend ourselves together, because in previous games, especially at Stafford, I thought we looked like a bunch of strangers who didn't know how to play off each other, how to connect, and I thought we did a lot of work this week, and I think it paid off today. But for one reason, whether that was concentration, the couple of changes that we were forced to make, we didn't quite look as fluid and connecting as we did in the first half, and that came at a cost, but I wasn't worried about that as long as the side players and the midfield all worked really hard. And I think we had a player switch off on the edge of the box, and he says, it wasn't my man, but you've got to attack the ball, make sure you get first contact. We talked about it last week, first contact in the box, second contact in the box, but you've got to get first contact on the edge of the box if you're the nearest man. And if you don't, what results in is that another phase of pressure, and then if they get a shot on target, then we've given away, unfortunately, a penalty and a sending off, and it's a game changer. And we're going back to the minute details of just making sure you get that first contact. And that's where, if our forwards are not giving us goals, they need to make sure that they are that we've got a complete total defence.
Harrison Cunningham, you brought in, I thought he had a good solid debut today, coming in certainly from a couple of divisions below.
Yeah, doesn't faze me that he's coming from below. I think he's got growth in him, he's got potential, he's only 20, he's got a good physical frame, so we trust him on set plays. And I think he did really well. Maybe need to work on a couple of things like clearing with the left foot, or playing out. But I thought he got the balance right, and I think he added to us. Chris Allen and Harry, Fenton, they didn't give us more than Harry and Sinead really. But as long as they work hard and do all the dirty stuff, then I'd be happy. But I think unfortunately, a little bit like the Matlock game, I think the result doesn't do fair justice for how we presented ourselves for much of the game. But unfortunately, football isn't always about getting out of the game what you deserve. You get out of the game what you take, and unfortunately we gave them the opportunity to take more than they deserved.
And a free week again to go ahead to the game against Buxton here next week.
Yeah, I think if after the disappointment of how this game ended, I look back and I think there were some positive aspects. And this is where I think that the challenge for me as a coach is that I've got to get people to buy into what I'm looking for. And I've got a couple of players who I think still want to play their game. They think that their game is built around certain attributes that get them success. And I think that what we have to do is, if we're going to play as individuals, and that's at every level. If I heard the commentary today about Norwich versus Watford, and it looked like Norwich played with real intensity. They're starting to win the ball high up the pitch. They're starting to turn over the ball. They're playing as a team, whereas Watford sounded like, from the commentary, that they were playing as individuals. So I think at any level, you've got to get on the page with the team, and you've got to do a job for the team, and you've got to play to the script of the team, while always retaining the ability to be innovative at the right times. So bit work to do to get people, because coaching sometimes you can cross out the CH with an X, and it's about coaxing people into a better way of doing things. And there was another opportunity today where I thought we did a clever free kick and should have scored, and Harry Ben should have scored from the so there's stuff off the training ground that I'm seeing but loads of work to be done, because we've got to see all the work from the training ground come onto the pitch and get results as well, because I can't talk about the positives and the performance if we're conceding goals and getting players sent off. So we've got a few big things to correct, but I think a lot of good things are happening, and we've got to keep working hard and trusting the process of the improvement. And I think as the season goes on, we'll get into positions where we won't lose games like that, we'll win them, and we'll be convincing in terms of deserving to win the game.
Brilliant. Cheers, Jim. Thank you.